Welcome to my pecha kucha presentation. My name is Jab Burt and I will be providing key recommendations to the mixed martial arts event sector to ensure they become resilient and future-proof. MMA events will be categorised as a major event due to the fact they bring community conversation, media coverage and attract high attendance, which is important for the MMA industry. Before we can discuss how the industry will become resilient and future-proof, we have to define resilience. This is defined as the capacity of a system to absorb disturbance and reorganise whilst undergoing change so it is able to retain essentially the same function, structure, identity and feedbacks. Margaret Hefner, who is a former CEO of successful businesses, indicated that resilience is preparedness, correlation building, imagination, experiment and bravery. Using these for any events will become resilient. MMA is the world's third most popular sport behind soccer and basketball. There are 451 million people interested in MMA according to Nelson Sports DNA. There are many different MMA organisations, with the most popular being the UFC. The UFC revenue topped 700 million in 2018 and is now worth 7 billion after its recent 1.5 billion TV contract with ESPN, according to the UFC president Dana White. The current record of a live attendance of an MMA event is in August 2002 inaugural Pride Shockwave event held in Tokyo National Stadium in Japan. Reportedly 71,000 fans attended the event, according to Tapology. The MMA industry has grown in popularity over the years due to the big stars, high quality events and gripping nature of the events. As of July 2020, the highest pay-per-view buy rate of a UFC event was seen at Khabib Nurmagomedov vs Conor McGregor at UFC 229, with a total of approximately 2.4 million pay-per-view buys. The event was seen as an experience not to be missed. In the experience economy, there are four realms to an experience: entertainment, educational, aesthetic, and escapist. MMA events provide all of the realms, which could be why they are so popular and have such a large following. The MMA industry has been massively affected, with them losing a reported 100 million for the year, with them not having any fans attend the events. A lot of smaller promotions will have taken a huge financial blow, with COVID-19 having put the world at a complete standstill. We have entered a post-normal time, with the COVID-19 pandemic having 4.3 million confirmed cases and over 290,000 deaths globally. It has also sparked fears of an impending economic crisis and recession. Social distancing, self-isolation and travel restrictions have led to reduced workforce all across economic sectors and caused many jobs to be lost. We are currently living in a digital revolution. The digital revolution has impacted every industry, organisation, business function and career. Due to technological increases, there have been improvements that have changed the MMA's event sector's ability to be able to have some success during the worldwide pandemic. These improvements make it possible for digital devices to make it feel like the sports fans can be in attendance when they're unable to attend. There is a lot of technology in place, but there is potential for the sector to go even further. Some events are looking to live streaming and virtual reality technologies to bring the digital and physical world closer together. Live streaming is already being done by the MMA sector, but virtual reality is definitely an option for the sector to use. The MMA industry is a high level of digital maturity and fits the digital maturity model. The National Basketball Association, known as the NBA, have been using virtual reality for $50 at a one-time purchase. This means every NBA game can be watched in virtual reality, with the money being used to slightly make up for the lack of gate revenue. This could be potentially used by the MMA events industry. The UFC ran a festival-like event called Fight Island, which ran over 10 days, which was a pay-per-view event where they used live streaming to broadcast their event via their broadcasting partners. A study showed that more than 4 million households ordered pay-per-views for 6 events. Based on the study's findings, that each pay-per-view purchase has an average of around 8 viewers based on that number. The 6 events garnered a total of 33.7 million viewers. Potentially in the future there will be the opportunity of hybrid events. This concept is an event that can be attended in person or virtually. They provide the best of both worlds, combining a live segment for those attending in person with an online component for the virtual audience. These types of events could be massively beneficial for the attendees and the organisers, due to the fact that there is more opportunities to attend and to make further ticket sales. fact that COVID-19 may be prominent for the foreseeable future, the sports events industry will have to make sure they're keeping up with the sustainable development. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet the needs of their own. It's been suggested that using a triple bottom line to assess how well we are doing rather than a single bottom line of profit and loss. Using this would be a more healthy and safer way to look at events. Another way to make the event future-proof would be to help the sector reduce the damage that is happening to the environment. At a sports event, on average, 0.097 kg of waste per person per sports event is generated, and more than 85% of the waste was not properly sorted and was sent to landfill without recovery of recyclable parts. Reducing the percentage would increase the sustainability of the sector. Sports events are an opportunity to help our communities with them bringing in lasting social and economic benefits, enhancing national identity and image, place redevelopment, as well as facilitating community cohesion and well-being. Targeting more areas will help spread the wealth and strengthen the sector. In order to help events maintain the safety and prevent the spread of germs, approaching a company like Event Genius Pay, who have an award-winning cashless system, would make the process substantially faster than a cash or card purchase, which means the sale areas would see faster moving and shorter queues. Therefore, the build of queues not as large as what it would have used to have been would help prevent the spread. The temptation to host a full capacity event must be appealing for the sports events organisers to instantly bring back revenue, but that isn't realistic with the current climate. Many events are trying to bring events back with less fans allowed to attend, which means social distance will be able to be implemented, but a system will have to be thought through due to the fact that alcohol is consumed in these events and it's difficult to control a drunk sports fan. Another option which could potentially help the sports events get back to full attendance would be to get a digital vaccine passport in place to help prevent COVID positive fans attending. This is an option which might be looked at if the worldwide vaccination slows down. To conclude, the key recommendations are to utilise Event Genius Pay system, to keep the number of people at the events reduced if possible so social distancing can be in effect until the time is right, to create a more effective recycle of waste system, and eventually create a virtual reality system that can create a new fan experience from home. This presentation has discussed how the mixed martial arts event sector can become and grow even more resilient to the COVID-19 problems. I hope that the break in these types of events can be seen as a catalyst for MMA events, and when the sector continues, we'll be able to provide memorable experience that will be better than ever.